Hi everybody, welcome back to Darlingbrough Model Railway. I'm Richard. Just to let you know, I have been doing some progress this week. I've now been focusing on this corner here. Basically my plan is to get the track wired up and connected to the track on the drawbridge section so that I can at least get the trains running round. One of the things that I've managed to finally do is get on and solder the tracks in this corner. It took a little bit of a while and it took some practice, which I've done off camera because I didn't want to bore you too much. But I've now managed to get the first of the wires actually soldered onto the track, and they're now drilled and dropped down into the corner here. Now I didn't actually film myself doing the soldering because I'm still not very confident in it, and I didn't really want to add to the pressure of doing it on camera. But as you can see, I've now managed to get the wires soldered. They are fairly sturdy and I've got the track back in place. So what I'm planning on doing now is getting the drawbridge section with the track powered. So having learnt from my last attempt at soldering, first of all what I need to do is I need to just put a little coating of solder onto the tip of the soldering iron, something I didn't do before. And then it should let me very quickly and very easily apply a little bit of solder to the bottom of the track. And that's a lot easier than it was before. So now the track is prepared, I need to prepare the dropper wires. To prepare the wires, I'm going to be using my little friend. So again, a little bit of solder on the tip, touch the wires, very simple. One of the things I do need to be aware of is which wire is going to which track. Now I'm going to use the red wires for the track that's on the closest side and the grey wires on the track that's furthest away. So this side's red, this side's grey. Done. So much simpler than it was before. So in theory I should now feed the wires down through the holes and lay the track in place. What I'm going to do, just to make sure that the track stays aligned, a couple of sleepers. I'm going to slide back on at the end. Easier said than done. And then when the drawbridge section lifts up, there's not going to be any issues with it. Obviously I will have to do the same at the other end as well. So I've now wired up the underneath of the board and the underneath of the drawbridge section. As you can see, I have these clips on here as well, and the idea is that the power running from this track here will go connect through the wires into this clip here, and then I can connect it to this clip here, which will then take it up to the track on the drawbridge section. Let's see how that works, shall we? For my first test, I decided that I wanted to run the trains without connecting the drawbridge section to the track. As expected, when the train got to the drawbridge, it stopped. It was then time to plug the connectors together from the track to the drawbridge section. So it's really just a case of clip them together. And then that one for the back one. And that's the power now going from one track to the other. Yes, it works. I just wanted to take a moment to thank Linda Simmons, who has messaged me through the Facebook page. Basically, a few weeks ago I asked about what's the difference between uplines and downlines, and obviously which way they ran, etc, etc. Basically, she's got in touch with me. She sent me a nice long sort of explanatory message regarding it. So basically what she summed up is that an upline will be heading towards the principal town or city in which the train is going, and the downline leads away from it. So for example, if the train was going to Glasgow, the train heading towards Glasgow would be the upline, and the train heading away from it would be on the downline. Obviously the same applies to like Manchester, Birmingham, any kind of like large city or even like town like Middlesbrough or Darlington. So basically where the train is heading is on the upline, and where it's coming from is on the downline. So thank you very much for explaining that to me. She also mentioned about the shunting yard as well, and basically she kind of suggested that one of the industrial area lines should be made into a head shunt for my general siding, because it will give me enough sort of space to store a bit of extra trains there as well. Thank you for that comment. Again, that is really, really constructive and helpful. I kind of feel that I have already got that, because on this one here, what I can do is I can actually store longer rakes of wagons before they actually go into the industrial area as well. So thank you very much for that. I also want to take a moment to thank Tony from the Heritage Line, who has left me some comments on the YouTube channel regarding the points and the sort of wiring, etc. for the shunting yard. You've basically confirmed what you suspect, which is the type of track and points that I'll be using. Yes, it is all DC. Yes, I will be using code 100 track. Basically it's going to be like a mixture of like Hornby or Pico. I am planning on using Pico points in Frog, obviously code 100 as well. And at the moment I've got no plans on using point motors. Basically he's messaged me regarding the wiring for the shunting yard. Obviously being DC, I'll be honest, I've not got a clue how I'm going to wire it. I'll be lucky if I can get a loop going at the moment, so because my electrical knowledge when it comes to this hobby is very limited. I will put my hands up to that. So yeah, but as I say, you can either send me a message, again obviously through the YouTube channel, or as I say, you can drop me an email. The address is obviously up in the corner there for you as well. So I finally managed to actually get the track on the drawbridge section wired up and all connected. I've tested both the outside and the inner track, and they both work really, really nicely. All I need to do is just disconnect them, and then that's the tracks completely isolated, or obviously reconnect them if I want to provide power to it. I'm really happy with the fact that it actually works. I'm also really happy with the fact that the tracks, both tracks, line up really well, and so far, touch wood, I've not had any derailments. Well, nothing serious anyway. So yeah, so really pleased with that. Obviously, as I'm carrying on, I am going to be looking at continuing round on the other side and getting some more track laid down, getting the other corner sort of locked into place, and then obviously on this side here getting the final loop. The shed is an absolute bomb site at the moment, but in the meantime I'm going to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Obviously get in contact with me if you've got any comments or anything like that, and see you again next week. Thanks a lot, bye.